Hey guys, Happy New Year. I don't quite have my top 10 best of the year list quite ready yet. So what I usually do around this time of year, around New Year's and stuff like that, is I usually kind of do my top 10 most anticipated films for this upcoming year, usually before all that stuff happens. So basically, I'm going to go over a top 10 list of 10 films that as of this moment are still coming out in 2024. There's no delays on any of these films or anything. There is one film on this list that I'm looking forward to that doesn't officially have a release date yet, but for the longest time it did. And that was up until the actors and writers strike happened and kind of delayed the production by a couple of months. Still have it on the list on that rare occasion that it might come out in 2024. But for the other 9 films, as far as I know, all these other titles have release dates and they seem pretty set for coming out in 2024. So these are just 10 films I'm personally looking forward to throughout the year, whether it's a sequel or a franchise or a reboot of something that I really enjoy. I'm really optimistic and hoping that it'll be a great film for throughout 2024. So let's get started with these 10 films. The more we work our way up the list, the more I'm anticipating those films. So the film that's coming in at number one is my most anticipated film of the year. But like I said, we're going to kind of work our way up to films I'm looking forward to even more. So we are going to start here at number 10, and that is Borderlands by Eli Roth. Really looking forward to this one. It's going to be about mercenaries and hunters, and it's in this apocalyptic future. I know the video game franchise is really popular. It seems to kind of work with Eli Roth's sensibilities. It seems to have the violence and the action and the sci-fi and all that stuff that we would want from an Eli Roth film to begin with. It comes in at number 10. There's no trailer or anything quite yet for it. I think it's currently set for an August release date, but I'm looking forward to it. Jack Black, Kate Blanchett, and Jamie Lee Curtis all have roles in it. So all three of them always turn in really good stuff, it seems like, even in a not so great film. So Borderlands comes in at number 10 for me. At number 9, we have The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is a reboot of the Planet of the Apes franchise while also being a continuation of those 3 earlier films that featured Caesar, played by Andy Serkis. So for those who saw Rise or Dawn or War for the Planet of the Apes, this is a sequel to those while also kind of being its own franchise. So if it's popular and successful enough, it sounds like they have 2 more films in mind for this new series of Planet of the Apes movies. Wes Ball from the Maze Runner films is working on this film. He's also hired to do the Legend of Zelda movie, which I'm really, really looking forward to. I think that comes out in a couple years, though, so we have a little bit of a wait for that one. But he is working on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's due for May of 2024, I believe. Sounds like it's going to be kind of how the Planet of the Apes moved forward without Caesar. So for those who saw War of the Planet of the Apes, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Just looking forward to it, looking to see where this franchise goes. The first trailer is out for it. It looks really impressive. The CGI looks great. The apes look great. Don't know if they're going to incorporate like a Charlton Heston character or not with the human characters quite yet, if they're going to do anything with that. But really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what they do. Wes Ball seems like a good choice for this project, so can't wait for this film looking forward. Comes in at number 9 on my list. At number 8, we have a Pixar film, which is Inside Out 2. Comes out in June of 2024. It's going to introduce new emotions as Riley becomes a teenager. I think one of them is going to be anxiety. One of them is greed, I think, also. And they're going to be working with kind of the motherboard of the other emotions from the first movie. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that plays out, what kind of plot they're going to go with. It does sound like it's going to be Riley as a teenager, so that's probably going to be the main drive of the movie. I know some of the voice actors and actresses did not come back for this. I think it was mostly just um, the actress who played Joy. I'm spacing on her name right now. Amy Poehler, I think her name is. I know she's coming back, and I know what's the other one? I think the actress who played Sadness from The Office is going to be back for this too. But no Mindy Kaling, no Bill Hader. I think the 2 of them have been replaced by other voice actors. But it still looks like a great movie. I think Maya Hawke is going to be one of the new emotions in the movie, so that's always something to look forward to. Can't wait for this movie. I absolutely loved the first film. I loved how original it was. Hope the sequel can maintain that originality moving forward. And I always look forward to a Pixar film in general anyway. So Inside Out 2 comes in at number 8 on my list. At number 7, we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. This is a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is a continuation of the original timeline from Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and now Afterlife. So this is kind of a further story from that universe. No female Ghostbusters. That's been thrown away, thankfully. I didn't really like that movie. Um, Sounds like it's going to be like some type of a frozen threat during the course of a summer. It's going to feature both the new Ghostbusters from the previous movie as well as the original ones, the ones that are still alive anyway. Can't wait for it. Looks like a lot of fun. First trailer is up online if you haven't seen the trailer for it yet. I just like the fact that they're going up against a new threat. It's not going to be like the Keymaster Gatekeeper anymore. It is going or Zool, I think the main villain was in those the first movie and the newest one. So new villain altogether, which I'm happy about, at least as far as I know anyway. Seems like an ice-themed ghost, which I'm pretty excited for. And like I said, like that's going to be a combination of both the new Ghostbusters and the original ones teaming up for the threat in this one. Looks like a lot of fun. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire comes in at number 7 on my list. Believes it comes out in March of 2024 also, for those who need a release date. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. This comes out in May of 2024 as of this moment. Really looking forward to this one. It is a prequel to at least Fury Road. I don't know if it's a prequel to the original Mad Max as well. Probably not. Looks like it's pretty much in that same timeline as Fury Road. It is going to focus on the Furiosa character from Fury Road, though. I don't know if the Mad Max character even shows up in this. I don't know if Tom Hardy is associated with this project or not. It is going to be played by Anya Taylor-Joy for the young Furiosa and not Charlize Theron this time around. Really looking forward to it. Looks like they're going to kind of show and explain how Furiosa came to be as we saw her before Fury Road started up in that movie. Looks like a lot of fun. George Miller is going to come back to direct it. Looks like there is some practical stunts this time around. A little bit of CGI shots, which are shown in the trailer, which I'm not super hyped about, because I did like how the most recent Mad Max film, Fury Road, did try to do as much things practically in camera as possible. So hopefully they'll try to maintain that over the course of this new movie. But I'm really looking forward to it. George Miller is back to direct it, so that's always a good thing. It does look like he's trying to keep this as much as the Fury Road hype and tone as much as he possibly can. And it just looks like a great movie. So Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, comes in at number 6 on my list. At number 5, we have Deadpool 3. I know this project suffered production delays due to the actors and writers strike. I think they were literally about to film more scenes before the strike occurred, and so they had to completely halt production. But it is due for a July 2024 release date. I think it's one of the few Marvel Cinematic Universe films even coming out in 2024. I don't think they even have very many coming out next year. Looks like a lot of fun. It is going to be Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. They are going to kind of explain how this multiverse version of Wolverine is able to work on top of his timeline ending in Logan still. And it's just the fact that him and Ryan Reynolds are teaming up for a Deadpool movie. Love the first 2 films, specifically the first Deadpool movie. That's a really, really fun movie. I really like that one. Can't wait to see what they do for a third film. It sounds like a lot of the characters from this franchise are coming back for this one, as well as new characters, as well as characters from previous X-Men movies, which I'm looking forward to. Looks like a lot of fun. I think a rumored title for it is even called like Deadpool and Wolvie or something like that. Who knows what they're actually going to call it, but right now it's just called Deadpool 3. Really looking forward to it. I always have fun with a Deadpool movie. Comes in at number 5 on my list. At number 4, we have A Quiet Place Day 1. This is a prequel to the very first Quiet Place movie. John Krasinski, I think, is still involved as a co-writer and producer. He is unfortunately not directing it. I think the director of Pig with Nicolas Cage is in the director's chair for this one. Still looks like a lot of fun. We kind of got a brief taste of this idea in A Quiet Place Part 2, and we kind of see John Krasinski's family, kind of how they handled the first day of the invasion with these aliens from this franchise. But it sounds like this whole movie's day 1. It's going to be focused on different characters from what I know about. Looks like a lot of fun. I've seen some screenshots of kind of on-set photos. Looks like a lot of fun. John Krasinski seems to be very much in supervisory capacity for the project, which I'm excited for. Hopefully they can kind of maintain that tone of those first 2 movies of staying quiet, and when somebody makes a sound, it really makes an impact on the story, which I really liked about those first 2 movies. Really looking forward to see what they do with this one. I think it comes out in June of 2024 as of this moment. But looks like a lot of fun. Love the first 2 movies. Can't wait for this one. It comes in at number 4 on my list. At number 3, we have a franchise that I've always been super happy about, even back when the original trailers of the original design of this character weren't so great, when they kind of did a course correction before the movie came out, which ended up creating a franchise out of this movie. It kind of benefited the franchise overall. And that's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Really looking forward to this one. It sounds like Jeff Fuller from the first 2 movies is going to come back to direct this one, which I'm looking forward to. Sounds like Shadow the Hedgehog is going to kind of be the main villain this time around. With Jim Carrey retiring from acting, I don't know how involved he's going to be with this one. I don't even know if he's going to appear as Dr. Robotnik in the movie at all. Looks like a lot of fun. Probably a darker tone with Shadow the Hedgehog being incorporated into the story. I think Amy Rose has been rumored to appear in the movie at some point as well, so give Sonic a little bit of a love interest. Looks like a lot of fun. Sounds like a darker tone for Sonic, which I'm looking forward to. Well, hopefully they could kind of still maintain that fun comedic vibe from the first two movies because I just love them so much. Been a huge Sonic fan almost my whole life. Can't wait to see Sonic on the big screen again for a third time. So Sonic the Hedgehog 3, due to come out in Christmas of 2024, is number 3 on my list. At number 2 on my list, we probably have what will probably be my most anticipated film of the year because the film that's going to be on number 1 on my list doesn't have an official release date yet, so I don't even know if that movie's even coming out this year or not. Hopefully it's a good 2025 film if that's the case. But we have Joker 2, Folie, Deux. Really looking forward to this one. I think it's even been in production for a while, so I don't know if they're done filming it or if they just really think that an October release date will benefit for it. But really looking forward to this one. Todd Phillips is back into the director's chair. Sounds like Lady Gaga is going to play Harley Quinn in this movie. And it sounds like Joker's going to be in the Arkham Asylum for most of the movie, like we saw him at the end of the first Joker film. Hope it can maintain that vibe of the first movie. I absolutely loved the character study aspect of the first film. Really, really interesting part of the movie. So hopefully the sequel can maintain that. I heard there's rumors of a musical element to the film too, so hopefully that won't ruin the tone of the first movie. Hopefully that won't ruin the tone of this movie either. But really looking forward to it. The fact that Todd Phillips got Joaquin Phoenix to do another one of these is pretty exciting in and of itself. And the fact that we got Lady Gaga to play the new Harley Quinn in this movie. Really looking forward to it. Joker 2, Folie Deux comes in at number 2 on my list. But at number 1, the film that I'm still not sure if it's even going to come out in 2024, but I would absolutely love it if it does. And if not, hopefully it's a great 2025 release date if it needs more time to get made. But that's Quentin Tarantino's The Movie Critic. Sounds like this will be his last film as a director. He'll still kind of work on TV projects and books and other stuff over the years, but he did make it loud and clear that he is going to try to make this his last directorial effort. So it's kind of going to be his directorial finale in a way as a director. I think this is his like 10th or 11th film also. So he's made quite a few films over the years. So if he thinks this is kind of the last best thing he can put out, good for him. Hopefully he can end with a bang. From what I know of this movie, sounds like it's inspired by a real person that saw like porn films in the theater and kind of went crazy and stuff. I also heard there's whispers of potentially like characters like Roger Ebert and Pauline Kael and people who actually were film critics at the time having like brief little parts in this movie potentially. So who knows? Quentin Tarantino's kind of tight-lipped on some of his projects. Totally fine if he wants to be that way. But I also know he also does a lot of original work, which I'm always really excited for. So hopefully he can end his career with a bang, specifically as a director. I know he's going to still be around as a creative in other departments. But really looking forward to The Movie Critic. It comes in at number 1 on my list. So those are my 10 most anticipated films of the year, you guys. Let me know down below what some of yours are. Are you looking forward to the 10 films that I brought up here? What are some of your most anticipated films of the year? Hopefully 2024 will give us some good films, and hopefully I will have my 2023 Best of the Year list up here pretty soon. Like I said, I usually kind of swap this around compared to other YouTube channels here where I do my anticipated first and then my Best of the Year later on. So hopefully I will have that ready to go soon for you guys, and hopefully 2024 will give us some great films.